Iran, America, and Israel. What is this fight really about? Out of 57 Islamic countries in the world, what is it that makes America and Israel so focused on just Iran? To truly understand this long-running tension between Iran and America, we have to go back, all the way back to World War II. We shall never surrender. During World War II, every nation had two options: side with the British Empire or side with Hitler. Almost every country supported the British, but Iran's Shah decided to make an alliance with Hitler instead. Iran and Germany became close friends, and this obviously enraged the British Empire. So Britain decided to invade Iran. They rapidly conquered most of Iran. Within days, the Shah had no choice but to surrender. To keep his throne, he begged for mercy. The British agreed, but under one condition: that the Shah had to step down and put his 22-year-old son, Reza Shah Pahlavi, on the throne. And this new Shah was very loyal to the British. He was also heavily inspired by the West and wanted Iran to become a modern, secular state, to dress like the West, party like the West, and leave Iran's Islamic traditions behind. He banned the hijab, closed down religious schools and mosques, imprisoned top Islamic scholars, and promoted parties and alcohol all across Iran. Iran even started producing so much alcohol that it began exporting it. The Shah believed all this was progress. He even told Saudi King Faisal to modernize Saudi Arabia in the same way, but King Faisal refused. Interestingly, today it's Saudi Arabia telling Iran to become more liberal, but Iran doesn't want to listen. Anyway, the Shah's aggressive reforms created serious resentment. The top scholars and clerics in Iran began speaking against him, especially one, Ayatollah Khomeini. Khomeini and his followers began calling for revolution. Eventually, his influence grew so strong that the Shah exiled him to Iraq. But Khomeini kept spreading his message through cassette tapes, which were secretly smuggled into Iran and distributed to millions. His sermons deeply inspired the Iranian people. They began seeing Khomeini as their true leader. Even then, removing the Shah was no easy task, because he was backed by a powerful army and by America itself. But then, the Shah made one big mistake. He held the most extravagant party in the world to celebrate the Persian Empire. He invited world leaders and celebrities. He built a new city in the desert just for the party, complete with 600 limousines and gold-plated dinnerware. He sat on a golden throne and declared himself the new emperor of Persia. And all this was happening while ordinary Iranians were starving. That party was the last straw. People started following Khomeini's call for revolution. Khomeini called the Shah the Yazid of our time, and more Iranians turned against the monarchy. Realizing the tide was turning, the Shah went to America, Britain, and other superpowers for help, but they decided to back off. Finally, the Shah left Iran forever. And after 14 years of exile, Khomeini returned home to millions of cheering Iranians, a historic crowd of 7 million, the largest gathering for any leader in history at that time. Khomeini took power and declared Iran an Islamic republic, and from then on, one slogan rang through the streets of Iran: "Death to America," and "Death to Israel." Khomeini's followers took over the U.S. Embassy in Tehran and held 50 Americans hostage, saying they'd only be released if the U.S. handed over the Shah, who never returned. And so began the deep hatred between America and Iran. Khomeini ruled Iran till his death, after which Ayatollah Khomeini became supreme leader. With America and Israel constantly threatening Iran, Iran decided it had to pursue its own nuclear program. But building an atom bomb is extremely difficult. And then a miracle happened. Iran's neighbor, Pakistan, became the first Muslim country to successfully test an atom bomb. And Pakistani scientist Abdul Qadir Khan secretly provided Iran with centrifuge technology, the most important part of creating a bomb. Iran built up its nuclear capacity quickly, and America took notice. America was okay with Pakistan's bomb because Pakistan was a loyal ally. But Iran was different. It openly challenged America. President George Bush accused Iran and Iraq of developing chemical and nuclear weapons and invaded Iraq, toppling Saddam Hussein's regime under false pretenses. And then America began surrounding Iran, with troops in Iraq on one side and Afghanistan on the other, threatening to strike Iran next. But Khamenei responded with a bold fatwa, declaring that making a nuclear bomb was haram, or forbidden in Islam, and allowing UN inspectors to visit. Still, Israel continued to pressure America to attack Iran. Israel kept saying Iran was months away from a bomb, every single year. And even though President Obama signed a nuclear deal with Iran to ease sanctions, Donald Trump canceled it under pressure from pro-Israel groups. Iran resumed its nuclear program, and Trump assassinated Iran's top general, Qasem Soleimani, enraging Iranians and bringing Iran closer to confrontation. Later, Iran elected President Ebrahim Raisi, a hardliner who funded anti-Israel groups. And just like any leader who challenges America and Israel too openly, Raisi died in a helicopter crash. After his death, a new moderate president took power, again pledging to never pursue a nuclear bomb and to restart talks with America. But Israel doesn't want a deal, so it keeps provoking Iran, and the cycle continues.